Y'all come on in, my kings and queens, my beautiful royal angels, my gorgeous, gorgeous butterflies. Y'all come on in. I do not own the rights to the music or nothing that you may hear. The rights or nothing that is for entertainment purposes only. Come on in, hit the like button, hit the share button. Let's run that stream up. Let's do what we do. We're going to talk about something today. We're going to address the elephant in the room, and I want to hear your opinions, and I'm going to give you mine. We got a special guest that's going to join us as well. All this week, we're going to be talking about some very important things. Okay? Y'all come on in. Come on in. Hey there, Cherry Lewis. How you doing, beautiful? Come on in, Shannon. Y'all come on in. I miss y'all over there on YouTube. I just had to get some things together, okay? Trying to pull everything together. It ain't got y'all when y'all move somewhere. It take a while to pull it all the way together. You know that. So y'all come on in. We waiting on our special guest to come on up in here. And we're gonna tell y'all what we're talking about today. And if we get a chance, we can talk about the other thing that I want to talk about. That's really important to me as well, because I might need y'all to do something. Because baby, they got it all mixed up and all wrapped up and all wrong. Make sure when you come in, you hit the like button, you hit the share. I do have stars. You can send me stars over here on YouTube. You can send super stickers. You can do all of that. Thank you so much, Shannon Brooks. Now we're in the process of getting justice for my godson, baby. Atlanta trying to play them games, but we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in and grab your seat. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the share button because, baby, this one's going to be a good one. Let's talk about it. I know y'all got some opinions and I want to hear it. Um, I'm waiting on my guest. Let me know when you get in here, Amy. Let me know when you get in here, Gail. Thank you. I pray it does too. They trying to play the family, while I'm waiting on my guest to come in, because I was running a little late, maybe about 15 minutes late, but I hope she see it. Um, we had to go down there, and I knew they were gonna be on some bull crap, but we're gonna talk about that because I want to line everything up so y'all can actually know what's going on with my godson. Um, but anywho, that y'all, when I tell y'all, the family, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna get to this right here. Then we're gonna lead up to that. She said, "Here I come." Thank you, Shannon. We're gonna get to that because it's very important. And I think I'm gonna have the truth with Amy on that one as well. But I don't want to talk about it without updating her on everything so she can, do her own research and come up with her own conclusions and perception. Okay, you ready, Amy? Y'all, today our special guest is the truth with Amy. Y'all, some of y'all know her as the tea lady, and y'all know it's gonna get cold. So if you need some tea for any of your ailments and you're trying to make sure that you keep yourself from catching all that other stuff out there, you better go holler at the tea lady, okay? And there's another person I got y'all can holler because them two queens, baby, them hands are gifted. So if you want to get up, get your immune system up and make sure you good and you ain't catching what's going around, holler at the tea lady. She got you. You got to go on her website. She got everything for all kind of ailments. If your mind's slow, she got something for that. If you got arthritis, she got something for that. You got inflammation, she got something for that. She got something for everything. You got a bad boyfriend, she got something for that too. Okay, or girlfriend. Now let me go on and pull her in here. Let me see. Hit the thing, Amy. Okay, I see you. I'm gonna add you now. Shanna Lab, but it's the truth, honey. It's the truth. It's the truth, baby. She got something for everything, honey. Because sometimes you're gonna need something for all of that, okay? Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the share button, because somebody might need to hear this message on today and want to discuss it and just might want a good laugh or, a good conversational topic, okay? That way, that part, and definitely in that what or the. Hey, Wanda, how you doing? Doing the stream, doing the live broadcast. I want y'all to just send the hearts up, the thumbs up. Y'all know what to do. I've been out for a minute, so we got to put us back. Baby, that is, I can make you feel better. Okay, she said, I can make you feel better. So, y'all, there's her website right there. The truth with Amy, I'm also doing YouTube as well. So, if you got two phones, if you can log in over there as well and drop in your website so they can order what they need. Hey, beautiful lady, how you doing? Wait a minute, fix it, honey. Fix it, honey. Wait a minute. Why my thing so low? Hold on. There we go. There we go. We back. Now y'all gonna have to be able to hear because y'all ain't gonna be able to see it. But y'all gonna be able to hear what we talking about, okay? So this is the truth with Amy. I love her with all my heart. She's from my hometown. Y'all gotta forgive my nails because I'm gonna need some tea for that too. So I'm going on. No, I gotta get rid of them. So I'm just letting them come off. Gotta give them a breather. But I love myself some. That's my girl. When I tell y'all I love me some her, I love me some her. But you know, she likes to she talks about some good things as well, and she gonna speak what's on her mind, baby. She is not gonna bite her tongue. Okay, if you don't like it, then close your ears or go the other way. I love that because everybody is entitled to their own opinions, and this feels good right here because I feel like I'm back in my own element. Okay, so
can you see me?
Yes, I can see you. Can you see me?
I can't see you, but I know I'm on here with you, but I can hear you, so that's really, really good.
Okay.
And so look, if y'all see me, and thank you so much for the introduction. Mm-hmm. If y'all see me looking down, I'm writing some notes because I'm also listening to what Tamika's saying here. And I'm also reading what you all are saying so that I can respond. Because this is crazy. You know, I don't get involved in this type of stuff. Like,
no,
this is
you do not get involved with that type of stuff, baby. No. And I don't either. But I did feel some type of way when I saw that. I was like, wait, what? Oh, hold up. So me and my aunt was talking about it too. And I was like, well, then she said, well, I can't say that because I did some crazy stuff in my younger days. Now, I hate that auntie couldn't be on this live podcast, this live stream as well, because she's funny, but she keeps it real as well, just like you do. Okay, so y'all on YouTube, for the ones that don't know what's going on, I'm gonna tell y'all what's going on, and then we're gonna fill y'all in along the way. Hey, Chris, how you doing, baby?
I'm gonna be sharing it out while you're doing that.
Okay, you go ahead. In Birmingham, Alabama, from my hometown where I am from, there was an unaliving of a coach, a high school coach.
Quote unquote beloved.
Oh, he was beloved. Okay, he was beloved by everyone. He was beloved. Now, this man was married. He was a married man at the age of 38, almost 40 years old. The young lady that he was caught with was 21 years old and a prior student of his. Am I correct? I want to make sure I get this correct.
She was 21 years old. I don't know if she was a prior student.
I heard that she was, but allegedly. Because I did hear that she was. So we're going to say allegedly.
Okay? Allegedly. We don't know for sure.
I'm not real sure, but you know, you saw that on Facebook, Shayna. Okay, her husband or her boyfriend is 23, I want to say, 24, 23. He's very young man, out working, doing overnight working, trying to pay the bills, trying to take care of the household. Meanwhile, his woman is sneaking a man in the back door. Okay, a grown man in the back door.
She snuck him up the balcony.
Well, let me clarify that. There was a ring camera in the front, so this man climbed up the balcony. I'm gonna try to make this kind of lighthearted because it's a sad situation, but so she must have had some real good because he climbed the balcony. He climbed the balcony, baby. He did. Yeah, he climbed. This almost 40-year-old man climbed the balcony to another man's house. So that lets you know that he knew what he was doing was wrong.
Okay. He knew his ass had no business over there.
He didn't have no business over there. And then keep in mind that this young lady is half his age. And from my understanding, allegedly, that this is not the first time that he likes younger women. But he has a whole family, okay? So I can't even begin to imagine what his wife feels like.
That's where I empathize and sympathize as a wife. Mm-hmm. Because you out here embarrassing me. I got to find out on the news. Now, let me tell you what I did see. I don't know if this is true. I saw that they were going through a divorce. I don't know how true that is, but I did see that. But even then, for them to be going through that divorce, was she fed up? Was this not, has she been hearing this rumor? Why are you playing with this lady and your children like that?
Yeah, why?
and them other children. Because I feel like he took advantage of the whole situation. He took advantage of the 21-year-old who probably had come on to him, but he could have said no. And he took advantage of the 23-year-old whose house he knew his ass ain't had no business.
So true. So true. So let's start with the 21-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real. You know, at the age of 21, you know, even though women mature faster than men, at the age of 21, that's still a baby.
Yep.
That's still a baby. She still hasn't matured. Of course she hasn't, because why would you have another man in this man's home? I guess I'm scared with that. I ain't doing. First of all, if I got to be sneaking around, I ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing that.
Me neither. Not in your house.
Especially not in my house. Never that.
Because here's my thing. I'm thinking about our sons. We got sons in this age bracket or have been in this age bracket. So I'm thinking, when this man came home, let's say you would have got this man out of the house in time enough, were you going to clean the sheets? You just going to let him sleep on this man nasty? It's just so many other thoughts that come in my mind here on how nasty this was, disrespectful this was, tasteless.
Very.
And I'm just still in shock and awe like I was when I first read it, because this is just downright disrespectful. And free that young man. No,
I agree.
To have a switch. But at 23 years old, I got to remember how I used to act and respond to things, and it was not in a favorable manner.
Baby, because let me tell you, if you had to call me at 23, first and foremost, listen him, baby, that whole apartment complex would have been tore up by
everybody. Everybody would have got it.
Everybody, even the dog, even the roaches on the wall would have got it, baby.
Look, I heard that your son got somebody in my house. You might want to get there before I do, because I'm going to take both.
And see, I'm real bold, because see, I would have made the phone call and let them know I was on my way. See, that's how bold I am. Girl, I got some stories I can tell you.
Yeah, because and when I first saw the story, I didn't want to speak too much because I wanted to get some information, and I was like, wait a minute, let me be careful what I say here, okay? Mm-hmm. But then as I started reading this stuff and getting the information in, I'm like, this is outright fucking wrong. And we as a community really should, I understand what the law is, don't get me wrong, but all of us do stuff that we do to break the law. Every last one of us break the law in some shape, form, or fashion.
That's
we
true.
Just don't get caught.
Come on now.
I think this is a situation right here that he should. I know it's gonna be hard, because if he's partying, other people might feel like they can do the same thing, get away with some of the things. But it should be some type of leniency here, even if it's just probation or something.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. No, you're not. You're right on time, Jose. Now, this is what I was saying as well. That a lot of people were saying that, even though that was harsh, but hey, I get it. They were saying that he should have got her too. But my thing is this. I think that she should be held accountable. She should be locked up right now.
I think she should too. I think she's an accessory. You knew damn well. You knew what you was fooling with. You knew what type of dudes you had. And then you sneaking somebody over the balcony. And this man, you need to be an accessory because you caused this shit.
You are the cause of this. So I feel like you need to be held accountable. I think she need to be arrested. And I think that charges need to be brought up against her as well. Like you said, whatever they trying to charge him with, she would need to be charged with it as well. Because, he paid his price already. He's not here anymore.
Correct. And it was I feel like that was an easy way out.
Very easy.
Some of the consequences for his actions.
Yeah.
And people got to clean up this mess behind him. Somebody got to bury your ass.
Exactly. Ms. Pico says the crime of passion. I'm gonna tell you a story. I don't know if you remember. You might have been too young. Do you remember the DJ?
Tyrone Robinson.
That was my uncle. Okay, we call him uncle. Okay, at the time his wife was Cindy, which was my mom's best friend. That was Auntie Cindy. Okay, same situation. Well, I think at that time she was that man was in that house helping her move her stuff out. But come on now, let's be realistic. Now, Tyrone knew because he had been recording her.
Mm.
Yeah, he had been recording her. I'll never forget this. I was young, but I'll
So
never
he
forget
really
this.
could have did something else. Yeah. Okay.
So, and he got somebody called him just like somebody called this young man. Because see, let me tell you something. Whatever goes on in the dark is gonna come to the light.
Coming like,
Just because you thinking
and
that you got away with it, and they had been doing this and felt that's why he felt so comfortable.
comfortable doing it, right?
And baby,
And
he probably
so,
he thought, he could have been in the World Olympics the way he was jumping balconies, baby, to get to it. Okay. I don't know what she was doing, singing the alphabets on it or what. I don't know. But he knew better. You know,
I feel like both of them took advantage of that young man. And
I
I
do
really
too.
think
They
about
put him in that situation, in a very compromising situation, to where he snapped. First
yeah,
of
because they
all,
want
I'm paying all the bills. That's
yeah,
number one. I'm working. I'm doing this shift. I'm tired, but I'm working. And I'm providing for us. You got the audacity to have this man in my house,
in it,
in
in my
my
bed.
in my bed, and then ain't no telling how many times I done came home to kiss you and everything else with you, and this man probably just left. Come on,
And left your body fluids in my bed.
in my bed.
And my thing is, I'm thinking of what if she went in the restroom? This man had access to this man's private stuff. Things
Yes,
that you have in your home that you don't want nobody even to know that you know got or that you're doing. So I have no sympathy for her at
I
all.
don't either, and I'm sorry for whoever child she belonged to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. And it's not your
Because
fault,
they're
whoever the
raised
mom and
that.
dad is, because when these children get a certain age, they do what they want to do.
Yeah.
And because they think they know everything. So it's not your fault. You did what you knew how to do and you raised them the way that you thought was best. But they going to do what they going to do. Because when we at that
They
age,
gonna,
we do
they
some
gonna
crazy stuff.
but for real though, a woman raised with morals wouldn't even
Wouldn't even think
behave
about no
that.
stuff like that. No.
No,
Come
because don't get me
on.
wrong, I come from humble beginnings. I did some crazy stuff, but it's some boundaries I knew not to cross. Okay, and let me talk to the people real quick about y'all when y'all say that these men be preying on these young girls. I'm gonna tell y'all a story real quick. I
Mm-hmm.
was 11 or 12 years old and had a crush on an older married man
Mm-hmm.
that lived across the street from us.
Mm-hmm.
I would go over there and play with his little girl just so I could see him. I knew that when I turned 19 years old that I was gonna get him. Yeah. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
When I turned 19. So these men ain't always preying on these young women.
No, they are
Okay, now
human.
some
Let
of
me
these
tell
young
you
women
something.
just ain't bold enough to tell the truth.
True.
That sometimes they hot asses know what they
And
want
it's a
and they
lot of hot
preying
ones
on
out
young
there
men.
now. And let me tell you something, men are men. They human.
Yep.
And the flesh is weak a lot of times. Okay. That's just like when we were coming up, we weren't allowed to sit in no man's lap
Mm-hmm.
because this head thinks differently than that head.
The head, right. That's true.
You know, and it's a reaction. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and these little girls grow up too fast and brown hair shaking, and then the mama's putting them on little shorts because they think it's cute. No, it's not cute.
Yeah.
They round here
And,
popping it.
and I'm gonna be honest with you, because with my little girl, she's got a shape. So some things
Mm-hmm.
that I think look cute on her. You feel
Yeah.
me? You know, because of her shape. Not thinking of the predators and every, stuff out there, but I'm guilty of that too.
Yeah.
I'll be real there. I'm guilty.
Yeah, some things, and and I think we have to be more careful because of the society that we live in. We
Yeah.
have to be more aware of, just aware, because sometimes we don't, because we're not thinking like that because it's innocent. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? When we put them on the cute little bell bottoms and they really cute on them, we not thinking that somebody's supposed to be looking at your child. You know what I'm saying? But
And you don't know who will whisper from in their ear and have that little, have that little pocket wet. You feel me? You don't know. You
and,
don't
and a
know.
lot of times it's because some females, young ladies, little girls want that attention that they never got from a father
Yep.
because they don't have one present.
Mm-hmm.
and they got that father complex. So this is what, they want that attention. The time they get that attention, if they haven't gotten that home and know what to do and what not to do, they're gonna fall victim, and they are gonna be an easy target. That's just my take on it, and that's why I be trying to instill a whole lot of stuff in my granddaughter. I'll be telling her, little girls don't do this, little girls don't do that, and this is how you act like a lady. And I try to instill so many things in her the same way that my mom and my grandmother and my aunt did for me. But at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they want to do because they're gonna experiment when they get older.
But and I can say though, honestly, when I did take that particular path right there, it was because I didn't have attention from my mom, or certain family members and stuff. So that's really true. That really do happen. That really happen.
Yeah, and we act out because we want that attention.
Yeah, and we don't. That's a part that people. That's one of them elephant in the room situations that people don't talk about too. Sometimes we raise our children to behave certain ways, and we don't realize it. Sometimes we don't realize it because think about it. If you had that kid young, and you are a young parent, you weren't even equipped to raise them properly anyway.
Exactly. Well, so, and you know what? I think I might have did a good job with my boys. I was not perfect, but I did a good job. But I think I'm doing an even greater job with my grandbabies because I've experienced and went through some things, and in my perception of a whole lot of is different than what it was.
Correct. I'm not the same person that I was, and I know, like you said, I know better. I'm like that on my daughter. I watch her closely. And sometimes I have to realize that she's not going to even be like I am or make the same decisions that I made because I have a whole completely, she's got a completely different upbringing than what I
had. She's so smart.
That's a whole different discussion.
She's so smart. That's Miss Lady there, baby.
Good, honey.
So.
But yeah, I'm just still hurt. I am hurt by that situation. If it was my daughter, I would probably be cussing her ass out.
As you should.
Yeah, and if it was my son, I would be fighting like hell.
As you should. You know what? And then on top of it, for her to be posting the way she is, and this young man is locked up. Oh, that's still disrespect on top of disrespect.
I saw that. I saw the eyes. Well, I heard somebody had told me when she was posting, and I'm like, this is just outright ridiculous. My sisters would be over there whooping her ass. She would not be over there posting
baby, they've been drug all down the street.
She would be.
She could have just left.
Sorry.
She could have left. If this man was not what she wanted, she could have left. Hey, she could have left. She had all opportunity then to destroy somebody's life because you made a decision, and now this young man could possibly be facing life. And I'm praying. My sister said diabolical. Diabolical.
It is diabolical. It is. It's crazy. And the fact that the law, even though the law is what it is, I totally understand that. But I do think that there should be some exceptions. This man was at home. Yeah. He wasn't in the street causing no problems. He wasn't nowhere robbing nobody. He was at his apartment. Come on now.
It shouldn't
be no nothing, no type of boundaries on how I protect myself in my house when somebody in that motherfucker that ain't supposed to be in there.
Amen.
Come on, man.
I totally agree.
Something he had to kill him. What the hell y'all would have did you to came home?
It's easy for us to speak on what we would have done and what we would not have done because we're not in that situation. But had the shoe been on the other foot, we probably would have done worse.
You're right.
Wouldn't nobody be breathing. I'm just being real.
He had to go out that same balcony that he came up.
Oh yeah.
I went Facebook Live like we live now. Everybody would have seen the gun. Hey, they got 2 seconds to jump this balcony like he came across. We'll fire their asses up on live and suffer the consequences later.
Okay.
What they had to do? Don't put no clothes on. I throw that shit out.
Yeah, that's what somebody else said. Don't put no clothes on. You going out? No. Like they right there. We gonna keep these clothes. Ain't no telling, because I know I would have done worse. Okay, they did worse.
You want to disrespect me, motherfucker? Go cross that balcony butt ass naked like you was when I walked up in there. Go on back out. Go on out that way.
Shayna said we like her. But
Okay.
that's just being real. You know, we can sit here and pretend all day long like we are saints and like we don't have no emotions, like we are artificial intelligence. We
Like
are
we can
not.
make better decisions. Oh no, the hell
Man,
you don't.
I'm telling y'all, I can tell y'all some stories. I'm talking about to cut up.
Okay. Now look, I got to finish my little fit of cheesesteaks. I had started cooking. I said, now where's she at? So I done started cooking. Get your next person on, and I'm gonna watch, and I'm going to. You see this menopause coming in. I don't know. You see the sweat.
Now you
But get
supposed
your
to know
next
what to
person
do
to
about
come
that.
on, and I'm gonna come in, and I'm gonna come in, and I'm gonna share some more. Okay.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Is
You
there
welcome, and thank
anybody
you for
else that,
inviting me on.
huh?
Hmm?
I gotta click you
Thank
out.
you for inviting me on.
Of course,
And I love
we
you.
gotta. I got another subject that I want you in on. Another topic is very important and
Okay.
dear to my heart. And I want you in on it. But I'm gonna give you everything that you need to know, and so you can research for yourself, not just go
Okay.
by what I say because I'm close to the situation, and we're
Hmm.
gonna talk about it. That's another
Okay.
thing. Okay.
Okay. Send it to me. And this
Okay.
is a good time for me in the evening times.
Okay. This Sunday right here, like this right here, I'm not doing
Right this
anything.
time. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. So
All
you
right.
put me to work. Appreciate that.
Oh, and I appreciate you too. And you
Yes.
have a good one, okay? Love you. Have a good
Love you
night.
more. Love you more. Is there anybody else that wants to come on? Anybody else that would like to come up and have anything to say? Got anybody else? I want to know what you are feeling. What are your um what is your opinion? How you feeling about this? What's your take on this? Thank you, Cherry. I appreciate it. Hey, Latina baby, if you want to come up, hit the y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's Sunday, honey. Hit the little button right there so I can bring you on the live if you want to come on the live. Or if you got something that you want to say, or if you have a question, please put it in the comment section. Please and thank you. Hit the guest to come on as a guest. Hit the guest button, and I bring you in. So how do y'all feel about this? Y'all says just a sad situation. Y'all, would you like to come on and talk? I can bring you up. Give us your take on it and how you feel. Do you feel like this is something that has been going on for a while? Do you feel like the young man that's being charged? Do you feel like he should be um, exonerated of all charges? Do you think she should be held accountable in some way? She just turned 5, Shayna. Hey Sheila, how you doing? We got the birthday girl on here. Y'all tell Miss Sheila happy birthday and put those hearts up for her and tell her happy birthday in the comment section, please and thank you. You think she should, Shayna? Yeah, she growing up too fast for me. I wanted to slow down. She in kindergarten now. Would you like to come up, Yaya? Yeah, she was. If you would like to come up, say yes, and I can bring you on. If there's anybody else that would like to come on, hit the request button. Thank you, Cherry. Miss Sheila Cherry on YouTube says happy birthday, Miss Sheila. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, hit the share button. Feel free to send stars if you would like. And over here on YouTube, we have super stickers and super chats and all that other good stuff. But yes, when I saw that, I thought that I was like, whoa, wow, you know what I'm saying? Um, that is crazy. And I hope and pray that he's able to get him a good lawyer because that young boy is still young. Um, he has a future ahead of him and it's been cut short because of a decision that his mate chose to make and which was so unfair to him. And I wish that it could have went another way, but hey, when you in the heat of the moment, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling how you would respond. We don't know. So we can't say, oh, he was tender and all this. Come on, quit it. He got feelings, he has emotions, and he felt some type of way, and she's not even thinking about, hey, I'm still here, because you ain't even making the situation no better. You still posting about that man and somebody else's husband, okay? And now his life is gone, because y'all could have, if y'all wanted to see each other, you could have went and got a hotel room. You could have went and did something else. You could have did anything. You could have met in the park. You could have did anything else. I mean, that's just bold to me. That's real bold and just selfish. And just I I know that's right, Shayna. I'm at loss for words. I'm really at loss for words when it comes to that. Just that's wild. And I hate that something like that even happened. But that man knew better than to be in a. First of all, you know better than to be in another man's number one. Second of all, you knew you was door. You climbed the balcony to get in. Maybe you went through a whole lot of trouble to get in, and it wasn't even. You lost your life. You lost your life when y'all could have did that somewhere else. I mean, and sometimes people think that that's cute, or they getting over on a person and bossing up because you're doing something so sneaky and so conniving to another person. I tell you, God don't like ugly, and He ain't too fond of cute. I know that's right, Shayna. Shayna said, "You don't let no man, woman in your bed you share with your mate." I totally agree. Lucille says, "I don't think you should do a day in jail." I don't either, Lucille. This is one of them times I just feel like he shouldn't. Let me know if you want to come up. Okay, what do y'all think should happen with the young lady? Do you think that she should be, now that they says in this case anyway, yes, in this case, um, do you think that she should be held accountable? Do you think that charges should be brought up against her? How do you feel about that? Shayla says held accountable. I have three young men. One of my sons is deceased. Hey, Farrah, how you doing, baby? But I always tell my children, even my youngest is 18, and I tell him, even with these girls, because you don't know what these girls got more than one boyfriend. You don't know. I said, first of all, you don't go to her house if her parents don't know you're there or haven't said that you can come over. And the parents need to be there while you're there as well. You need to make sure she ain't got another crazy boyfriend somewhere, because you don't need to be fighting over no woman and losing your life because somebody don't want to let go, or she got more than one and one of y'all don't know about the other. I said, you don't never want to get caught up in some, especially in nobody's house. You stay safe, son. I've always told my children, my boys, this because I raise boys and I know how sometimes it goes. Hey, Princess, sometimes we got girls that want to set these young men up, all kind of situations. And I just try to tell my boys, I've always tried to put them up on game on how certain things can be, to always be aware, to always be watchful, to always think, don't never get caught slipping, especially not like that. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing, darling? Shanna says she's an accessory to murder. I totally agree. So we have to teach our kids these things. We was young, we did some crazy stuff, sneak the boy in the house. But in this day and time, you can't do that. You cannot do that. Your child have been lost their life, and for what? These days is different from our times, honey. I'm a great granny, 17, and she's 18 now. Okay, that part. That way, that part, and definitely what y'all in that order. It's the truth. Hey, Queen, I'm good. She's good. So yeah, we gotta we anything all. I always, I mean, even when I told myself, y'all, which my boys don't go out to no clubs, but I said if you go out to the club, and you got a drink. If you got to go to the bathroom and you have to leave your drink, never leave your drink unattended. Never do that. If you left that drink unattended, don't come back and drink out that drink. I tell my children stuff like that. These are things that my mom taught me. Hey, Ethel, and my auntie taught me. My mom had a friend that had lost her mind because somebody put something in her drink. Because everybody you think is your friend is not. Hey, Tara, how you doing, beautiful? Exactly. Stephanie says, I have three sons, 39, 36, and 23, and I tell them the same thing. You have to. You have to, because you don't want them getting hemmed up, getting caught up. Mm-mm. No, it's not worth it. I try to tell them, and I tell them it's okay if you see what the odds are against you in a situation, it's okay. You ain't learn to choose your battles wisely. You live to fight another day, and let them have it, let them win. Yeah, you got that. I'm everything you say I am. Keep your mouth closed till you get to safety. If all the odds are against you. You ain't got to be the big bad wolf to prove nothing because a lot of people playing pretending to be the big bad wolf or trying to be the big bad wolf lost their life trying to be the big bad wolf when the odds were already stacked against them. Hey Darnell, how you doing, darling? That's just like this content creator that was on live sitting in the car. Y'all saw that, right? Your best friend lost their mind like that too. It happens. And then these children, some of them like to have them little trees. They like to smoke on them little trees. If you got one of them children that smoke on them trees, just say, hey, if you ain't seen them rolling, don't you smoke it. And you can't smoke everything that everybody got. Go get your own. Because you don't know, you think somebody, your friend, all the while they jealous of you. They jealous of your lifestyle. They jealous because people love you. They jealous because you got a family. They jealous because somebody cares about you. And you don't, they be already plotting against you. You don't know what they'll do to you. And then something be done to you, then you don't know why your mind gone. Come on. All because of jealousy. I done seen it happen too many times. Shannon said, Slipping Mick is in the drink. Happened to my sister. Exactly. I know that's right. You're going to always worry about your kids. I don't care how old they get. And I tell anybody, my children can be 50 years old. They're going to always be my babies. They ain't your babies. They might be grown, but they're my babies. And that's how I always was with my boys. And now my baby boy was kind of like a little shelter, because my mama and my sister raised him. But, my sister teach him a lot of stuff, but with my two oldest boys, I was always around and I kept it 100 with them. I didn't sugarcoat and I didn't beat around the bush. I told them about these streets. I told them about people. You know what I'm saying? So they was up on game. But now the little one, because he came a whole lot later. My kids are 8 years apart, each one of them. The last two, 9 years in between them. You know, but I tried to make sure that they were always aware and couldn't nobody make no fool out of them. You know, but this how my mama stayed on top of stuff, and my auntie. I had people in my life that was like, hey, that ain't be watchful, be careful, and always follow your first mind. If something don't feel right in your spirit, if something that's not sitting right in your spirit, calmly get out of that situation. Be like, oh, you know what? My mama just called me. I gotta go to the house. I'm gonna call y'all. I'm gonna hit y'all back up later. That's the best way to get up out of a situation, especially if they go do something they ain't got no business doing. Because I know a lot of people that just took a ride with their friends that went and robbed the bank or then robbed the store or they did something they ain't had no business in, but you in the car and you guilty by association just because you was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Don't never let nobody peer pressure you into doing something that you don't want to do. Okay? I know that's right, Terry. That's why I told mines you don't have no friends. They will snake you fast. Exactly. They'll sit at your table and eat your food and sleep on your at your in your beds and be all the while plotting. plotting. And you won't even see it coming because it's supposed to be the closest things to you. And most of the time, it's family. How you say it. That way, that part, and definitely in that order. It's the truth. And y'all see what kind of society we live in. So we got to teach these kids, and they're never too young to learn early. Start putting this in them early when they 3, 4, 5 years old. Start teaching them stuff at an early age. So as they get older, it's gonna be embedded in their mind, and they're not gonna forget it. They're gonna always be aware and on top of stuff. They're gonna be able to see BS coming before it even get to them. They're gonna know how to sideswipe the booby traps, sidestep the booby traps. They're not gonna be walking into no trap. They're gonna be aware of tricksters, con artists, users, abusers. Teach these children early. We got to start teaching our children the do's and the don'ts. I know, right? Elder says scheming. Are we talking about the situation? Would you like to come on and speak your opinion? The floor is open. We just had another guest on here. What's your opinion about the coach, the young lady, and the young man? That's what we're talking about that happened in Birmingham, Alabama. It's never too late in this time. We gotta go back old school and try to. It takes a village, and it does take a village. Okay, ma'am. It takes a village. Stop. And these young people ain't like how we was. You know, these young people ain't like us. Stop leaving these grandparents out because, oh, I seen it. Stop doing that because that's what's gonna put those teach these children that foundation in them. That's where we got ours from. That's where we got ours from. And you got to start with them early. They can comprehend. You know, we got to give them something to look forward to. A lot of them don't have no morals, no code of ethics, no guidelines. Because what they're looking at as an example is not even an example. A lot of them don't have nobody as mentors to look up to that's teaching them something correctly or teaching them something positive and trying to guide them and keep them on the right path and the right track. A lot of them don't have that because most of the parents are in jail, prison, deceased, on drugs, alcohol, just don't care, selfish, or putting somebody else before their children, putting men before their children, putting women before their children. Come on, y'all. We losing too many of our young people. And it's the older ones that's supposed to know better and supposed to say, hey, pull them to the side. That's not what you should be doing, or that's not how it goes. But we got them, participating and leading our young ones astray and instead of trying to correct the situation, like that coach. He knew he was wrong. He was wrong on so many levels. Yeah. And I be saying so, so let the church say amen, 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 amen again. And I be saying a lot of the times the victim because that coach was not the victim. And prayers to his family, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything of that. But he was very disrespectful. He was too old to be disrespectful. The victim was that young man that had to come home to that. and do what he did because he went left, he blacked out. That's the victim. But the victim gets treated like the criminal. And it's so crazy. Hey, keeping it on too. How you doing, baby? And it's crazy because when you're trying to do right and you're trying to, you're the bigger person and you're trying to do right and you're trying to be on the right path, you're the one that's wrong. You're the one that they gonna look at you like you crazy. That's the kind of backwards world we're living in today. You're wrong. You're wrong because you want something better for that child or that person. You're wrong because you want the person to be held accountable for their wrong actions. You're wrong because you spoke up on something that was not right or was unfair. You're wrong. Make that make sense. You're wrong because your child was murdered because he was actually innocent. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that on another time. I'm gonna get Amy, and I'll probably bring my cousin in to talk about it as well. You know, I was talking to somebody else about when you go to trial, and for the ones that have lost a family member, you know what I mean. It's like the person that has committed the crime get more leniency or more support, more protection, more respect. Yeah, because you got do's and you don'ts. You can't have emotion because they don't want your emotion to sway the jury. They don't want your emotion to sway the judge. But how can you not have emotion when it comes to your loved one and you know how they were unalived or their life was taken brutally, unjust, maliciously? Where is the justice in that? Hey, David. Happy Sunday to you. Hey, Susan. Where is the justice in that? We're gonna talk about this other subject, but not tonight. But I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it, and I'm gonna get off of here. My godson, y'all know I told y'all about that. So we went to talk with the detectives, and they were supposed to be letting the mother know what they were getting ready to do. I already knew when I walked in. They are not going to charge the person that took her son's life with anything. They're going to let him walk free. And the way that they treated her is if her son was in the wrong and he wasn't. And if that wasn't enough slap in her face, they proceeded to call the news people and say that he was in the commission of an armed robbery, committing robbery when he was murdered, which is a whole lie. That's not true. The video they showed her, they didn't want to show her the rest. He never had a ski mask on his face. When he got out of the car, we saw his whole face. Matter of fact, he was with his sister and another one of the friends. His other sister was there as well, the one he was going to pick up. So it's one person's word against this, but this person committed a crime. Not only did he commit a crime, he left the scene, y'all. Not only did he leave the scene of the crime, he never called 911. He did not call the police. He fired off 6 shots, 5 of which hit my godson. He said he thought he was being robbed. How? There was no weapon in my godson's hand. There was nothing covering his face. He never even grabbed your car door. Okay? I know you've seen this all over the news. You didn't contact the police. The detectives had to contact you. So when things like this happen and they tried and then the weapon you use, you said you don't know where it is anymore because you threw it away. Why would you throw something away if you are so innocent? Innocent people ain't out here throwing away weapons. Innocent people are not leaving the scene of the crime. Like the situation with the coach. That young man, when he did what he did at his own home, he waited for the police to get there. He didn't leave. He didn't run. He sure didn't. But the person that took my godson's life went home and went to bed. But not a care in the world. My godson's mom deserves justice. She deserves respect. And they didn't give her either. Well, we're going to get it because she's got a lawyer. I will put up footage of when the news reporters came out and corrected their story, because how can you blatantly put out a lie about a victim? You see what I mean? We living in a world that's so corrupt that they turning everything around where bad is now good and good is now bad. The victim is now the enemy. The victim is now the person, he the bad person. Make that make sense? It doesn't make any sense. But if you don't stand up for something, you'll fall for anything. And when you come across things like this and we are fighting back with everything, we let them know, no, he was loved. He was respected because he respected others. You will not do this. You will not tarnish his name. And you are going to hold whoever did this accountable for something. It don't have to be malice murder, but he's going to be held accountable for something, whether it was leaving the scene of the crime, whether it was tampering with evidence, whatever. And the reason why he keeps doing what he's doing, because he keeps getting a pass and not being held accountable. And you would have thought that one of those detectives, because he was so ugly and rude to that mother, that he had to be some kin to somebody down here. But let me tell you something. We serve a God that sits high and he looks low. Justice will be served. The same way it was served for my son. Justice will be served. And a lot of times when they're thinking they're getting away with something, it be something else that sneaks up on them and get them. Because like I say, karma will spin that block, and it does come back around. God don't like ugly, and he ain't too fond of cute. And with that being said, thank y'all for joining me tonight. I love y'all.